I predicted the Bears would have a loss this past week. We ended up winning, so that's good. But I just find it hard to believe that this Bears team doesn't wipe the floor with this Panthers team.
Yeah, I find that too, unless they really just come out, so slow and so lethargic after the 10 days. But I don't really see a way that, at least the defense doesn't have their way all game. And, man, you'd have to figure that the Bears offense isn't going to have too much pressure on them to score. And I hope, I really hope this is finally the game, because we've been asking for probably about 3 weeks straight that we finally see a good offensive performance consistently throughout the game. But, hopefully, the Bears can just kind of control this game, right? I feel like that would be nice for them to control this game from beginning to end, because there's really no reason why they shouldn't. I think the defense shouldn't have too many struggles. I mean, this is a banged up already Panthers team, and a team that's already pretty short on weapons. I mean, of course, Christian McCaffrey is always the standout.
And that's what's hurting them.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be a lot more afraid of this team if they had Christian McCaffrey right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if Christian McCaffrey was available, then he's definitely something, and someone that would give, honestly, this Bears defense, quite a bit of a fit, especially being able to really stretch them out and make them move laterally and have to defend a lot of different parts of the field. But without that threat, I mean, you have to really think that this, Panthers team is one that's really looking to struggle to really probably get some offensive production going, especially against this Bears defense. And hopefully the Bears can pick on what seems to be a bit of a wounded animal.
The hard thing, I don't really know what's special about this Panthers team. Like, you look at the Bears and you're like, okay, what's special about this team is their defense. They have all pros across the board, potentially multiple Hall of Famers on the team. These are all really, really good players, 2 of the top 3 cornerbacks right now. And I just can't imagine that Teddy Bridgewater, who I think is having an okay season. I think that he's been decent, right? I just can't imagine him without having, Christian McCaffrey, not having a ton of great weapons, being able to do much on this Bears defense. And now, that being said, Panthers fans, if you're listening to this, there is absolutely a possibility that this Bears team just comes out and is horrible, because we've seen it before, okay? But when this Bears team is playing well, or when they're even on in the slightest the offense, this game could get out of hand, okay? This game could absolutely get out of hand for the Panthers. The Bears could go up a couple scores early on, and I think be in the driver's seat early all game. I don't really have fears about their defense. I think that our defense will handle, and I can't imagine we lose this game, man.
Yeah, I mean, it really seems like the only thing that would stop the Bears from winning this game is themselves. Truly, I think that it's almost kind of, unfortunately, a little boring to preview this game, because it kind of just seems like, you say if the Bears are able to play well and play their game, or at least not play abysmally, then they have a chance to win, surely. And I think that, the only way they lose is if they come out and give a performance like they did early on in the season against, like the Lions or the Falcons, and get off to that kind of start, and somehow the Panthers get some kind of energy going. But other than that, it's hard to really say that there's a situation where the Bears lose here.
I think that a lot of it could potentially rely on how bad our offensive line plays, because if Alex Barr is just terrible, which, I think he played okay in that Tampa Bay win, if he's just terrible, this could be a lot uglier of a game than we might expect. But, I'll fully expect Eddie Jackson to have 2 touchdowns in this game like the last time we played the Panthers. And, that's my bold prediction. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that would be one hell of a repeat performance. I mean, honestly, that's a good point. Score-wise, I haven't even really thought about how good the Bears' offense can be in this game. But honestly, man, I feel like the Bears defense is going to really be able to hone in the Panthers. I don't see them putting up over 17 points. But I'll predict that they score 14. And I'll say that the Bears get, I want to say 28-14. I think they double them up.
Yeah, I don't really have a score prediction. I think that yours could be right. But I just think that this is going to be a dominant performance. That's my prediction. It's just a dominant performance. This is the first time all season where you look at the Bears and you're like, wow, they're beating up these bad teams, right? And not even that the Panthers are that bad of a team. They're over 500 right now, but certainly not to the same, aspirations as the Bears right now.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that, and I think just Christian McCaffrey being out is just too much, too much of them to overcome in this game. So I don't know. I don't see it. We can all be surprised though, if the Bears start coming out and playing like they did. I just feel that we could look to something and see something just like we did with New York, the Giants. I felt like early on in that game, it seemed like the Bears were really going to run away with it. But I'm looking for them to actually just run away with it this time instead of letting New York linger like they did in that matchup. So I don't know. Not too much to say other than that, though.
Yeah, but to play devil's advocate, just to be honest, the Bears have been really, really bad off of rest weeks. They've lost a lot of games off of rest weeks. So having this little mini bye, that concerns me a little bit, not going to lie. But ultimately, I think that it is a dominant performance by the Chicago Bears. And the Bears start getting a little bit of respect. And, hey, you know what? This is my bold prediction. I'm going to go ahead and leave a bold prediction. I think Nick Foles throws for over 3 touchdowns. Over 3 touchdowns and no interceptions.
That would be very good. I mean, that'd be a good performance from him. I guess if I have to whip out a bold prediction real quick, I'll say that Jalen Johnson gets his first pick. He hasn't had a pick yet, right? I think.
No, he has not. He should have last week, but the wide receiver latched onto him and pulled backwards. So apparently that's not OPI, but whatever. That's all right.
I think he'll get his first pick. There you go.
There we go. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us once again. We're excited to be back with you guys. A lot of this content will be up on YouTube, so make sure to check it out. And then, hey, make sure to, after the Panthers game, go ahead and check us out on YouTube, our instant reactions. They should be up very shortly. I mean, we tend to get it up in, like 2 hours?
Usually,
it tends to be up.
We're usually pretty good.
So really quickly, sometimes it's even sooner than that. So, yeah, make sure to catch that out Sunday after the game. And just bear down, guys. It's going to be a great week. See you later.
Hey guys, like our video, subscribe, and check out our bi-weekly podcast on Apple Podcasts. Thanks.